Hello and welcome to Cinema Sense, the show where I give my 2 cents on whether or not a movie may be worth your hard-earned cash at the box office. I'm your host and unqualified film critic, Bryce Cooke, and today we're going to be taking a look at the sci-fi action drama, Gemini Man. In Gemini Man, decorated soldier turned hitman Henry Brogan decides that at age 51, it's time to retire from the assassin lifestyle for good. But as Brogan gets out of the game, he learns that retirement may not be all it's cracked up to be when a rogue paramilitary organization deems you a loose end and tries to kill you. As Brogan and his pals Danny and Baron work together to stop the Gemini organization, Brogan may come to realize that his greatest enemy is a version of himself. With the basic plot out of the way, let's jump into the good bits of this film. Will Smith. I like Will Smith. And that's pretty much a prerequisite for this film because it is quite literally a double dose of Will Smith. And if you're at all familiar with Will Smith's work, then you know Will Smith's acting range is limited to basically playing himself. Gemini Man is by no means Will Smith's best work, but given that he plays not one but 2 of the main roles in this film, I can confidently say that he is a cornerstone in maintaining this film's entertainment value. I will also say that there were definitely some action sequences within this film that made me stop internally and think, that was cool. Well played. But interestingly enough, this brings me to the things I disliked about this film. For every well-done action sequence, there just seemed to be another that didn't quite hit the mark for me. Some of the action sequences are shot so close up that you basically have to flip a coin just to guess as to who is winning the fight until the fight is actually over. This, of course, is exacerbated by the fact that Will Smith often has to wrestle quite literally with himself. You can imagine the confusion. But perhaps the single worst thing about this film, in my opinion, is the young CGI version of Will Smith. Okay, yes, motion capture technology and how realistic CGI artists can make things look today is definitely something to be applauded, but in this movie, young CGI Will Smith looked noticeably fake. I'll admit that in some scenes, Will Smith's younger CGI clone looked fairly convincing, but it is not consistent throughout the film. And the facial expressions that Will Smith is so famous for just look hilarious on his CGI doppelganger. Often I found myself just being distracted by the obviously CGI person in the scene rather than being able to emotionally invest in what was happening on the silver screen. Taking the good and the bad of this film into account here, let's now talk about what I think overall. Honestly, this movie is basic. If the movie plots of the 6th day, Shooter and I, Robot all got together and had a baby, it would be Gemini Man. And just in case you don't get those references, the 6th day is about a man finding out he's been cloned. Shooter is about a retired soldier who is framed and pursued by his government. And I, Robot stars Will Smith trying to stop a science fiction plot device that raises ethical dilemmas. Gemini Man is basically that, just all of that. This film is a fairly generic science fiction action drama with a predictable plot that absolutely will not blow your mind, but it won't leave you feeling necessarily unsatisfied either. My advice? This film is worth watching, but save your money at the box office. I think you'll have much more fun watching this one from your couch. But that's just my 2 cents on the subject. Do you agree? Disagree? Let me know in the comments because I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you for another review in the next episode of Cinema Sense.